Urea and dimethyl ether. This is done by Siew, Frankie Tan, Goh Yee Fong, and Phang Yi Fei. We'll be doing introduction, working principles, advantages and disadvantages on urea and dimethyl ether, and finally conclusion and recommendations. We'll introduce what is urea. Urea is an organic compound with the chemical formula of CONH2 Urea is a waste product formed when protein is metabolized. Urea is commonly found in urine and is an irritant to the eyes, skin, and respiratory tract. It is commonly used as fertilizers due to high nitrogen concentration.
So now we will talk about the working principle of urea. So how does urea produce energy? Urea reacts with water through electrolysis to form hydrogen that can be used as an energy source. For the overall reaction, urea reacts with water to produce nitrogen, hydrogen, and carbon dioxide.
So the disadvantages of urea is that it is very soluble in water and hygroscopic water. So this results in the required better packaging quality, which will further result in higher costs. Also, urea is unstable, that even decomposes at even room temperature. Urea can cause algae blooms. Excess nitrogen that is not absorbed by the plants will leach into the groundwater and nearby rivers. High levels of nitrogen in water can create algae blooms. Urea is also very sensitive to contamination, so it cannot be used as fertilizer when it contains more than 2% impurity.
Firstly, urea is very environmentally healthy as it doesn't harm the environment during production. It is produced by the metabolism of the protein in humans and mammals. So the process did not harm any human beings or animals. And urea has the highest nitrogen content. It contains 46% of nitrogen. Nitrogen is the most essential element for plant growth, and it's also much higher than other nitrogenous fertilizers in the market. Also, urea is very cheap and very obtainable. It is also not explosive and non-hazardous. It is very safe to use and is very portable. Lastly, it can be used for wide application. Urea fertilizers can be used for many different variety types of soils and crops, and it do not harm the soil because urea is neutral and can adapt to most all land.
I will introduce dimethyl ether. What is dimethyl ether? Dimethyl ether is actually a clean and odorless gas with an organic compound of CH3OCH3. Dimethyl ether is a low temperature solvent and can be used as refrigerant. Dimethyl ether is an extraction agent and can be act as a substitute for propane in LPG used as fuels, and dimethyl ether is very highly flammable.
For the working principle of dimethyl ether, also known as DME, can undergo electrooxidation to produce energy in fuel cell. A typical direct DME fuel cell is made up of the main component, membrane electrode assembly, also known as the MEA. In the MEA, DME is fed through the anodic compartment of the fuel cell and the following reaction takes place. For the overall reaction, the dimethyl ether reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water.
Advantages of dimethyl ether. Firstly, it is very clean. It provides smokeless combustion, and it also produces less greenhouse gases. And then it has 90% less nitrogen oxides emissions. It is also colorless and very biodegradable. It is also safe to use as it is non-corrosive and it will not contaminate the soil. To add on, it is very efficient as there is less energy wastage and also better use of our resources. Thirdly, it is portable and can be transported anywhere safely and stocked at any condition. It does not require any fixed network and will not deteriorate over time. It is safe to use as it is non-carcinogenic and non-mutagenic. Lastly, it is very versatile and it can be used with a wide variety of applications like LPG, automotive fuel, and electric power generation, and also production of olefin, synthetic gas, and hydrogen.
So the disadvantage of dimethyl ether, first that it is toxic. It can cause oxygen deficiency to humans in high concentrations. It is inefficient in terms of power output. For dimethyl ether, the inner energy output is at 28 megajoules per kg. Compared with marine gas oil at 42 megajoules per kg, DME requires more consumption for the same power output. Also, DME does not have lubricating properties. This causes an obstruction for the DME engine. So for this, it requires addition of extra lubricant system in order to lubricate the high pressure fuel pumps and injectors.
For urea, urea is not as flammable as hydrocarbon fuels like kerosene, so it will not pose so much danger. However, to produce urea, two main processes is needed. First is the reaction of ammonia and carbon dioxide to form ammonium carbamide. Second is the decomposition of ammonia carbamide back into water and urea. To produce ammonia, large carbon dioxide gas is produced, which is harmful to the environment. Besides that, because of the complexity of the processes and the process equipment needed, it is not economical. Dimethyl ether have a higher CETA number and it burns easier and faster compared to that of other fuels like kerosene, which is around 40. DME have simple carbon chain that produce less NO2 and CO during combustion compared to other fuels. This means that using DME as a fuel will produce less greenhouse gases which will harm our environment. However, transporting DME in a liquefied state by truck is energy intensive and requires high pressure. Methanol has a market as a chemical feedstock. As methanol is an intermediate product in the methane to DME refining processes, the price spread between diesel and methanol must be significant enough to attract the refiner to produce DME instead of selling just methanol.